Good morning, guys. KDOT 357 coming to you here from our gun store here in Sanford, North Carolina. I want to talk to you just a little bit about some other training that we do, and that is assisting churches in the formation of safety/security teams. So, in other words, obviously some of those team members are probably going to be carrying firearms, okay? We cover everything as far as helping churches get started with that. Every single month, and we've been doing this probably for nearly a couple of years now, every single month toward usually the last Thursday of the month, we do a free seminar here at our store in Sanford. And that basically what that does is that points churches in the right direction as far as if they're interested in forming these safety and security teams. I don't have to tell you with the recent events that have gone on in churches and schools and things like that, these being soft targets. When I refer to that, a little bit of law enforcement lingo there. I've got 15 years law enforcement experience, also a firearms instructor, and very involved in our training program with our company, along with 3 other instructors that we have on staff. But this seminar lasts 3 hours. It starts normally from 7 and runs to 10. And so we cover everything. We even bring a company in here called U.S. Law Shield, and same thing, you're under no obligation whatsoever, but they give you a lot of good information if on or off the church property. Either way, if you're ever involved in any self-defense situation, and it's not just if you use a firearm, but your bare hands, a knife, a brick, or whatever you have to get your hands on to defend yourself, and you find yourself in what you believe you're wrongly accused or wrongly charged, this company will come to your aid. They have 2 attorneys here in North Carolina. I happen to know both of them. They're excellent attorneys, and they will come to your aid. The fee is about $10.95 a month, I believe, and there's no cap on it. So in other words, it doesn't matter how high the legal expense goes. There's no cap on it, okay? So, all right, getting back to the seminar. So it runs from 7 to 10, and U.S. Law Shield usually kicks it off first. I try to leave some time at the end of the seminar for questions and things like that so I can address those. And, hey, look, I show a PowerPoint. I'll even send you my PowerPoint as well, so you can go over that with your team and review some slides and things like that, because I've got 2 slides on there that have scripture where I believe that scripture plainly states that it is biblical to protect the flock in the church and to provide protection for our pastor. And I think when you read those scriptures, it'll be very clear to you. In addition to the free seminar, we do offer what we call a 2-day boot camp. And there is a fee for that, but I believe it's a very affordable fee, and we try to make it affordable. It's $195, and what that includes is about a day on the firing range to go. We go over shooting fundamentals, and what I do too is I actually send all the students through the North Carolina Basic Law Enforcement Training Course of Fire that is taught or that is run in all of our schools across North Carolina. And most law enforcement agencies, be it a police department or sheriff's office, use this same course of fire. And they're shooting at this target that you see right here behind me, a B-27 silhouette target. They'll start at the 3-yard line and they'll finish up at the 25-yard line. Of course, I always say we do a ton of concealed carry training as well. Taught about 13,000 in concealed carry since March 2009. But, I always tell folks, listen, even for me as a police officer or you as a citizen or a church team member, if something goes down, usually it goes down between 3 and 5 yards away. All right, 3 to 5 yards away, a lot of times 3 yards away. That equates to, in feet, just 9 feet. All right, it's up close and personal. Probably the biggest mistake, and I'm giving away some things, but that's okay. When we do this 2-day boot camp, by the way, let me touch on that again. So the first day is mostly on the range, or we can switch it. We can do it the second day, be on the range. But first day's on the range. Second day is what I like to do. I can do the class portion here at the store, but I would prefer to do it at your church. Because what we do at the end of the day is I'll run you through about 10 to 12 scenarios where I'll have a guy there that is the perpetrator or the would-be bad guy, and I will outfit your team with what we call blue guns or training guns. They're identical replicas of the real thing. So in other words, we've got a Glock 43 blue gun that would fit in any holster that would accommodate a real Glock 43 that's chambered in 9mm. But all my guys, I divvy these guns out to the team. They're all blue guns. We don't use empty guns or anything like that. They're blue, so you instantly know it's not a real gun. But it feels like a real gun, and it's shaped exactly like the real thing and goes in the holster. And then my guy, would have anything from a training gun, a blue gun, or a rubber knife, rubber box cutter, or maybe coming at you with his bare hands or what have you. We don't want anybody to get hurt, but we want to make it as realistic as possible. So the second day we go over a bunch of stuff to help reduce liability. You're never going to be able to eliminate liability, but you want to reduce liability, and you can certainly do that. And how you do it through training, okay? It's no different, than when I worked at the police department. I was the in-service training coordinator and firearms instructor, and I've always been passionate about training. Always been passionate about training. You always train for a day that you hope never comes. But if it does come, you're going to be all the well better prepared. So the 2-day boot camp, and if you go to our website, it's CarolinaFirearmsTraining.com. If you go to courses, you'll see in the first part of each month, it'll say boot camp. But what you can do, pastor or church leadership or deacon, you can call us if you're interested in this 2-day boot camp, and we will accommodate you. We'll do this 2-day course around your schedule to make it convenient. For a lot of you folks, probably you have your regular jobs and stuff, so a lot of times it may work out to where you'd want to do it on a Friday and a Saturday, or a Sunday and a Monday, or what have you. But it's just 2 days, but it's packed full of good stuff, good training, and you will be off to the races as far as getting your team in place in quick fashion. But it's something that's not put together overnight. I mean, I've worked with churches over the course of about a year, putting everything together, and it can be put together in a much sooner time. But usually when we get together as teams and practice and go over things, we ideally want to try to get everybody there, everybody that would want to be on the team to be there. I feel called to do it. I feel led to do it, and we'll continue to do these seminars here free. By the way, I will come to your church as well and do this seminar and bring it to your church, maybe bring it to your congregation or what have you. Like you say, I can do a real condensed version of it. I can just give you the meat and potatoes of it in about an hour or so, or even 45 minutes. Whatever time I'm allocated, I kind of know what to put in there. But if you sit through the full-blown seminar, you're looking at about 3 hours. If U.S. Law Shield doesn't come with me and it's just me doing it, you're looking at about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. What really disturbs me a lot is you'll see churches out there throw teams together, and I say, oh, great, what kind of training program do you have? Well, we don't have a training program. Well, what standard do you use to measure the proficiency of these guys and gals that are on your team? Well, they all got a concealed carry permit. Well, that's great. And what I like about the concealed carry permit is they're vetted, so they have a background check done, and they learn all about the law, and they learn about when they can use force and when they can use deadly force. Now that's awesome. I would highly recommend that each one of your team members go through a concealed carry course, okay? Whether it's mine or somebody else's, go through a concealed carry course. But listen, you're going to do very little shooting. In the afternoon, you'll fire 30 rounds at this B-27 target. The furthest distance you're back is 21 feet, 7 feet. To me, that is not a true measure of real proficiency, okay? On that 2-day boot camp course, I'm going to have you shoot at this target, but you're going to be shooting moving toward it, moving away from it, moving laterally. Most time your bad guy's not going to just stand there and let you shoot him, okay? They're probably going to be moving. You're probably going to be moving, okay? But you're going to be challenged, and I would want to run you through that basic law enforcement training course of fire so you see how you measure up. I mean, come on now, be honest with me. I mean, the state minimum is 70%, but if you've got a guy or gal that only can do 45%, that only throws up a 45, Are you really going to want them side by side with you? You sure probably not going to want them behind you in a potential gunfight. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody or anything like that, but if I only threw up a 45, hopefully I'd like to think I have enough humility on my own to say, well, team leader, I'm going to have to practice a lot more. Maybe I need to carry pepper spray, or maybe I need to be a good set of eyes and ears. Remember, we want to reduce liability. We can't have folks out there and don't know how they shoot. I'm going to want to know. It's no different than the police department. If them guys don't throw up at least a 70, they're on desk duty, they're on light duty. And if they eventually can't ever do it again, they're off the force, all right? I don't mind telling you, I'm almost certain the Southern Pines Police Department, you have to score an 85 to be on the force there. They're also CALEA certified, which, is the gold standard in law enforcement, but they have high standards there, and I got no problem with that. When we raise the bar, once again, we're reducing moral liability. All right, so I'm into this video about 11 minutes. Feel free to share it. Do whatever you want to do with it. Our next free seminar is the 19th of this month, the 19th of July. Today's the 2nd of July, so it's not too far away. Bring as many people as you want. Usually, the kind of people that come usually are the church leadership. Many times pastors come, but usually they'll send their would-be team or team captains or leaders or whatever. But listen, anybody can come to this. Some people come they haven't started working on a team yet, but they want to get some information. They want to get more info about it, and that's my job. All right, but I will come to you as well. But we would welcome you to come here. We're centrally located in North Carolina. We are at 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, North Carolina. The zip code is 27330. Our phone number is area code 919-708-5475, and our website is CarolinaFirearmstraining.com. You just go there and click courses, and you'll see what we have, the offerings that we have each month. A course calendar will come up, and you can click an arrow left or right and scroll through the months, and then you can just click on the date that you're interested in, and the course description will come up. If you'd like to register for that course, you simply scroll down. But with the boot camp, $195 per student. You look over the description and you just give us a call or send me an email. My email's on the website. It's real easy to remember. It's Kevin@CarolinaFirearmstraining.com. Be glad to answer any questions for you, and also schedule a 2-day boot camp. You'll learn a ton. I don't mind telling you because they sent me a nice testimonial. Hunt Springs Baptist Church here in Lee County sent a very nice testimonial when they went through the boot camp. They learn a lot. I'll be glad to forward that to you, and you can read that. I did put it on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is CarolinaFirearmstraining.com. But I'm going to be posting this up to my YouTube channel, of course, which is KDOD357, KDOD357. All right, I'm going to sign off. End of the video, almost 14 minutes, one of my longer videos. But I wanted to go into pretty good detail about church training. I think it's our responsibility to protect the flock. And we want guys and gals on that team that feel passionate to do that because it's a ministry. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. It's FedEx. I see FedEx. We don't open up for another hour, but FedEx is out there. So I'm going to sign off. Till I see you next time, stay armed and stay safe.